All right, guys, here we go, guys. Sorry, thank you so much for sticking with us. Technical difficulties right here at Nothing is OP South Texas Golf Podcast, episode 195. Back again with my back nine hero brother right here, Ike Camarillo. Now, Ike, you were talking about some of the things that you're kind of dealing with right here, you're working with in the golf game. You're working with that,
Right.
you said that mental game, right?
Yeah, mental game is always the big thing that I'm working with for sure. The game's gonna be there. At the end of the day, it's just really keeping yourself in it to finish out. At the end for sure.
So as you talk mental games, like everybody tries to have like their swing thoughts. Like, how do we get, because you're a pretty solid player, played with you a good amount of times. We've been partners. We've been on that winning side. You
Right.
know what? We for the most part we battle against each other. What are
Yeah.
some of the things that go through your mind, like when we say swing thoughts? Like, what is something that, because you got a lot of stuff coming up in the golf game where you're trying to take that next step and try to get a little bit more serious. What are some of
Yeah.
those swing thoughts or things that you think of? Because I always want to steal from great players.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody's gonna have their own swing thought, and it could get A to Z real quick, or you can do one, two, three. Like it's really how you look at it, what works for you. Lately, for me, I've been kind of really just trying to keep, like, I had a real strong right-handed grip that was really just taking me out of play. So I got a little more neutral with my grip, and it's really just trying to stay like a pendulum, right? Because the swing thought for me is really just take it wide and then come back down on it. And as long as I got that my right hand a little weaker, I feel like I've been able to find the fairway with my driver, which was, I feel like, my weakest club.
See, I think I'm the same way, right? I'm the same way. I told you today I played out at Riverside, and Riverside's looking juicy. It's looking juicy. It's looking nice. I can't wait to
That's good to hear, man.
I can't
That's
wait to
good.
hear Four Bros event, man, because I was thinking about it. The course started to look bad. I mean, when we played there for
Right.
the Four Bros Tour Cup, that was back like in that was back in December, January,
Like it
right?
was,
and
yeah,
and it was already
good.
thin. It was thin then, right? It was thin,
Uh,
and they never came back. So you got to
mm,
think, we're in July, so 7 months later, it's finally like, dude, it's
Finally
it's
coming
finally
back.
here, right? It's finally
Yeah,
here.
man. That's got to be one of my top courses out here, Muni style for sure, man. So like it's good to hear that it's coming back, so we can go play it out again.
Oh, dude, it's. I mean, it's. I was talking to Jeremiah today, and I give Jeremiah a lot of credit because he is the one, Jeremiah Sierra for Four Bros Tour. He's the one who is our president. He's also the one that makes the schedule, right?
Right.
And you know what? A lot of times people are like, "Well, dude, how come we haven't gone back to city courses, right?" And a lot of times, I think the last city course that we played Four Bros Tour was Cedar Creek, and of course,
Okay.
yeah, Cedar Creek. I mean, solid track, solid
Yeah.
course, great conditions, right? And I think a
Yeah.
lot of times is we're trying to protect our members and let them know what they're getting into, right?
Right.
And it was hard to put his stamp and our stamp on Four Bros Tour, sending our members out because even though the greens were screwed up out there at freaking
Mhm.
Riverside, they were giving zero discounts.
Yeah, man, they weren't really working with anybody. And at the end of the day, as a golfer, as a guest, like, that's all we want. We just, if the greens are punched, like, man, I'll appreciate $5 off, even if it's five, $10. But at the end of the day, like, I understand that for sure.
Right, and I think that's the same thing too. Is like I think coming from Alice, coming from the Muni, did they ever tell you that hey they're aerating or hey this was going on, or did they wait for you to buy that green, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's cart path only today, or by the way, greens are ground under repair, or by the
Man,
way,
you're gonna laugh, man. Coming from Alice, we didn't have punch greens. We didn't have carpet.
no.
It's like that, like farm style course. But lately, for sure, what they're doing now, it's definitely gotten better. I haven't been there recently to hear if it's gotten punched or anything like that. But I know they're bringing those the green back to life, the course back to life, and they'll do a good job of telling us like when it's car path only and stuff like that. But you're always gonna find those guys that are just gonna take advantage.
Well, and I think that's the thing too, right? When you're in San Antonio, we always have a choice, right, for golf. We always have a choice.
We have a lot of choices
Yeah,
out
we
here.
have a lot of choices, and it's like, what do you want to play? Do you want to play La Cantera, hundred and something dollar, right,
Yeah,
course, or do you
yeah.
do you want to maybe we say slum it, right? Do you want to slum it? Go to Rebecca Creek, pay $45 and get some shit locate, some
Uh,
shit grounds. But I
but
hear I
even
hear
like that, like,
the greens
yeah,
are okay out there.
yeah, man, I've never played out there. I don't even know what the layout looks like.
Okay, you know what, and you're okay. Like I said, you know what? It's just like it's back in the day. You know what? You gotta
Mhm.
slum it sometimes, bro. You know, you gotta
Yeah,
just.
I played Riverbend a couple days ago in Floresville.
What'd you think?
Brandon Lopez, he's the club pro out there, and he gave
Brandon's a
us.
club pro out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he coaches. I think he's doing like his coaching out there too, and he's doing good, man. So he got us on the course, and I really loved the layout. When you go to a new course and you kind of like, you've never seen it, it's definitely challenging. It's new, and the layout was really good for me. I think if I go back for sure, I can have a better understanding of the course. But man, honestly, it was great. I think all this rain has brought a lot of courses up back to life right now, and it was in good shape.
Hell yeah, dude. I think this it's great. I said all courses should be in good shape right now, right? They all should
Yeah,
be in good shape or on their way to healing, recovery,
right.
and I have to give credit where credit is due, right? I was talking with somebody today from one of the courses, one of the higher ups, and I said Golf Club of Texas and Robert out at Lackland, Gateway
Oh,
Hills. I think those are two courses right now that are. I mean, I'm not trying to kiss both of their asses, Bo and Robert, but I think those two guys are guys that are able to do. I'm not going to say more with less, but I don't think anybody. They're the end all be all. Like Robert,
oh
I
yeah,
mean, he doesn't have a lot of
man.
people telling him what to do. Bo
I'll
doesn't have
kiss
a lot of
Robert that
people.
here.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And so it's like, and that's what I was trying to say to
Yeah.
them. I said, you know what? I said, there's not a lot of people that are going to tell you what to do, right? So it goes to show, just let you do your job, do your thing,
Mhm.
and y'all are the end all be all, right? Like the buck,
Yeah, yeah.
it stops and starts with y'all, and so. Uh, you know, and you're always going to have your haters out there, in regards to Golf Club of Texas. They just air rated like a week ago, and they even gave an air rating special. You had some dude on SA Golfer saying, "Oh, the greens were so trash." I said, bro, they told
Oh
you.
my,
Like they put it
yeah.
on. They put it on an ad. They gave you a $10 discount, and then a lot of times, what's the big complaint out at Lackland is that the greens are slow, right? I mean, that's
Okay.
the
Yeah.
greens are slow. Robert has those
Man, I never
clown.
complain if they look nice. If they look nice, you know what? They got some nice rolls. They're gonna be slow, be fast. As long as they look good. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Right, it looks good, rolls true, and I think
Mm-hmm.
for a golfer, that's what, when we don't adjust, that's on us, right? But I think the biggest thing is in regards to Robert out of Lackland is the speed of the greens and the clown pin placements, right? Everyone's always pissed off at Robert,
Uh-huh.
like, but again, I look at it. He looks at it from a golfer side because he has to protect the course, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and in a couple months, whenever it starts drying out a little bit, I mean, those greens they're gonna fasten up. I think when I first started playing the course, I remember them being really fast at one point. So it comes and goes, man. It comes and goes with the grass growing with all this water, rain that we're getting. So I think it's gonna be good in a couple months.
We got to take advantage of it right here. Let's see if I can put this on. I don't know if I can put this on. I like it. Okay, there we go right there. I got Hunter Pressel right there. Hunter Pressel is a big dog out of Golf Galaxy. What's up, Hunter? He said, "What's up, fellas? It's
What's
great
up, Hunter?
time. It's great times to be golfers in South Texas." I totally agree, right, bro?
I also agree with that, of course.
It's a great time, bro. It's like this is our time, right? This is our time
Yeah,
to
man.
shine.
2025 is like definitely some of the biggest year for golf. I would assume, especially me getting into it more. The deeper you get in, the more you start seeing more people follow it.
And I love it, and it's a great time. And why don't you tell one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show. You're a solid
Mhm.
golfer. You're a good friend of mine, and you know what, you bring a lot of positive vibes to the golf course. It could be like you're playing with a 20 handicap. Hey, you're gonna go and you're gonna ball. Like, I'll carry you. I'll do whatever. Right, Andy? I know you're similar handicap. You're playing like shit. Hey, we're gonna have a blast. We're gonna get after it.
Yeah,
Right.
and I
So
always
tell.
try to keep the vibes high.
Yeah, you do. The vibes are high, but you're entering a new part of your golf life, and
Yeah.
tell everybody what you're going into, bro.
Yeah, so at the end of the month, I got a PAT test, which is a player's ability test, to basically, get that like player's card or the pro card to be part of the PGA organization, stuff like that. And I definitely think I got the game to do it on any given day. If I show up and hit the fairway, like I'm gonna be able to take it low. And lately, it's been getting better. I know I was kind of pushed by a couple guys. Carlos Moreno, he kind of gave me the route, and then along with my uncle Leo, we're both gonna actually be doing that together. So I
He can
think
never let you
I
do anything on your own. Why does he always want your shine, bro? He's always wants to take your shot.
The way I look at it, man, is you know what? We'll hold each other's hand and walk it out together. You know,
See,
so
there you go, right,
yeah.
bro? There you go. All right, guys, hold that thought right there, Ike, because you know what? We're gonna bring somebody on that's gone through the
Yeah.
PATs, that is an assistant golf pro at the #1 rated course in town at the Covey out at Big Easy Ranch. We're gonna bring on our boy Sergio Meneses, who's the assistant pro out there. My brother, how are we doing, man? Sergio,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, kind of.
What's
I
up,
got you.
Sergio?
What's up? I got you loud and clear now.
All right. Okay, Sergio, we're on a different kind of system here, so you might not be able to see any of us, but I got Ike on here. I'm on here. Ike is about to take his PATs, bro, out at Keenwood there in Houston.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing my refire there too. Me, him, and Leo.
No!
Right.
Why don't y'all tell
Yeah,
me? Okay, I have y'all on my show, and I'm just finding out shit right now.
yeah. So, yeah, yeah. I only have to technically I only have to play 18 holes if I put up a good score. But since I have the assistants championship a couple of weeks after that, I'm gonna stick for the 36 holes and take it as a practice run.
Oh yeah,
This guy, dude. Hey,
he's a
bro.
stud.
Dude, okay, guys, that's our boy Sergio. Sergio, tell everybody where you're at and what you're doing right now, bro.
So right now I'm in a work golf trip. Currently in the Pinehurst Resort.
Work.
No, no, I am actually working. Um, we're shutting down. I'm an assistant over at the Kobe, the biggest ranch in Columbus, and we shut down the course for a month to do all the maintenance. We're detaching the fairways, detaching, punching the greens. It stays closed for a month. So as a result of that, we offer a trip to our members, and this year it was Pinehurst. So this is where we are right now. We're with Pinehurst. We just played number 10 this morning, and we're playing number 2 tomorrow. Cradle on Wednesday, possibly Tobacco Road if the weather holds. Then we're gonna play number 8, and we're gonna finish up again at number 10 before we head back home.
Just a little, just one more round, just right, just one more
Lord.
round.
Yeah.
So,
So.
bro, so okay, so since you're out there for work, what does your job entail right now? Are you like a what is it, Bentley Farnsworth? Are you like a personal aide to somebody? Are you just going out and are you getting like the chicks? Are you getting the drink? What are you doing, bro?
I think that the best way I can describe what I'm doing, I'm the assistant to the regional manager.
You're
So
assistant to the regional manager, Michael Scott, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm basically Dwight right now. No, I'm kidding. So my job right now is I'm running all the games that we're doing for the members. Today we play Stable Ford. We did Stable Ford and close to the pin. Tomorrow we're doing something a little different. We're doing half net scans and some blind draw 2-man low ball. Uh, then we're gonna do something fun for the cradle. I'm gonna introduce the guys to the king of the par threes over here. Um,
Four bro
and we're
style. Four bro
for
style.
verse. We're doing king of the par threes. Tomorrow we got a game where I'm going to introduce some of the members to Scottish. So,
See, there we
yeah,
go.
but let me tell you what. Let me tell you this. Hey, they don't play for $1 a dot here.
What do they play? What do they play for? Like, what does the other? How does the other side live? Because Ike and I mean, we're commoners, right? Ike, we're peasants, right? What is
Yeah.
I am.
what does
So
the other
I'm going
side
to
play
tell you.
for?
I am going to tell you that today at dinner there was hundreds being passed around back and forward between people playing up their bets. Hundreds and hundreds in cash. It was like, oh my god. But yeah, they play pretty heavy. I mean, all these guys are good old boys. They love to gamble. They love to play. A shout out to Unknown Golf. The shout out to David May. He set us up for this trip, so we're using it for the trip here. It's been
Mm.
the guys are enjoying having those capabilities. And the cool thing here is that like today, we were supposed to each get our own caddy, but we got two people looping for two one person for two looping. And I just got the app. I put in caddy mode. Tell the caddies load all the ground scores for the guys. Let them play. If they want to see the scores, show them the leaderboard. but it was just basically, I'm helping running the event, so that's what I'm doing here as my primary duty on this trip. Besides enjoying this place, which is amazing.
I'm jealous, bro. I'm jealous. All right, Ike, so you, Ike, and Leo are kind of. I mean, well, we know you've been on the golf side before for a good amount of
Yep.
years previously, and you know what, our boy Dr. Jones, Chris, has got his foot into a great gig out there in Austin. Ike was just talking about Brandon being a teaching professional out at Riverbend. It's like a bunch of my boys. Mike, our other boy Mike Ayala is going to do his out at Corpus Christi Country Club. It seems like a bunch of our guys are taking this next step into the golf industry. What would you think are some of the biggest things or biggest tips you could give guys like Ike, who are kind of entering this realm for the first time?
So I first of all, I didn't know that I was going to love doing this as much as I am right now. I mean, granted that I probably landed in what some might consider the best assistant position in the entire country. Um, I think that it was a shift for me to dedicate myself to something that I love the most. I mean, and getting paid for it because a lot of the stuff that I think that Four Bros, what we were doing out there, like really helped me grow in the industry, like get the connections, how to run tournaments and things like that. Like really allowed me to give me that aperture into, what goes into the golf operations from that side. But the best advice that I can give is, find a place that you like. I would absolutely say find a private, say in the private sector. I think I would have a little hard time doing it in a public course. Um, and then, to grow, like go through the PGA program. I finished the associate stuff. I mean, it was only 30 hours of work, and I couldn't finish the work fast enough. I was just, gobbling the information. It was all fun, things that I knew. You find out some new things, and now I don't know, I'm like a month or two into my level one. So when it comes down to it, it's like I think it's like finding a place that you like, right? And then after once you get there, start building your clientele. I am really, really lucky to have some awesome mentors here where I work. Because when I got hired, it's like what I told them is like I want to be a world class teacher in golf. And while I am able to maybe do the basics very well, and I'm able to teach very well, it really takes a lot of work to get to that next level. And you only get that through repetitions. Like, you're going to have to screw up some lessons to get the next ones right. And when you have like good mentors, around you and you have a solid group of people, it really helps out. And, at the end of the day, it was really Chris Jones who like really helped me convince myself that this was what I was meant to do. And I can't be happier right now.
Ike, do you have any questions or anything that interests you in regards to how Sergio is doing it? Because I give you and Chris all the props. I give y'all all the props. I give you your flowers. I will crown you because you know what? You're doing what I think a lot of us want to do. Go for it, Ike.
Yeah, honestly, I like what you said. I think that was great advice. Finding somewhere where you're gonna want to be and like to be every day. That's something that I hadn't really thought about either. But yeah, man, I totally agree with you on like in anything that you do in life. You're not gonna be a professional the day one. It takes what 1,000 hours to become a pro or whatever. So just like me with my tattoos, like you should see my first tattoo I've ever done compared to the last one I just did. It's like night and day. So I know for a fact, it comes with growing pains and stuff like that. And just like you, man, I'm a sponge right now. Like I'm excited to learn. Like I know, I feel like I know a lot about the game, and there's a lot more that I don't know. And so that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, and then that's kind of like where I think where the secret sauce is really is. Like it's a matter like you have to find a place where you're happy. You have to find a, you have to make this a calling really because, I just from all the years that I've seen and not talking down on anybody who's done it before me, but you come across some people that are just burnt out, right? And they just don't want to do it anymore. And, I at my in my I'm in my mid 40s starting basically a third career now and
Fourth career, so fourth career too. I mean, you could say
or
so.
well, Uh, and so now with this, with this new adventure, it just, it just kind of like pieces are starting like to come together. Like, it's like kind of like I trusted the path. I just kind of trusted the paths, the dots were going to connect in the future, and then they're connecting. So that's kind of, I think that's the important thing. Just like find a place that you like and grow that place. Find good mentors. Because with Chris, me and Chris are now peers. Like we're in the same level now, right? But when I was starting to do my first thing, I was looking at Chris for advice, and because we have the Four Bros universe is now quite large, and you have people in the industry that can now like kind of help you and guide you and mentor you to this process. So just the same way to you, Isaac. I've been talking to Leo a lot about what this looks like for me and what routes he should consider to take. And I offer you the same thing because that's the same thing that Chris offered me, and that's what other people before I entered the industry offered me as well. Just their advice, their take. You had some people that are not so pro, going with the PGA, but then you have other people that just love it, right? I find myself in the side that I love the PGA. The PGA program. We Last Monday, a week ago, we hosted the one of the qualifiers for the senior
The
U.S.
senior
senior,
senior M, right? Senior M.
and it's kind of crazy that I'm so young in the industry, and I was basically in charge to be the POC for the PGA for our section. What that meant, so much that talking to some of the guys, I will most likely be working the event in San Antonio at Oak Hills.
Oak Hills in August.
Yep,
Hey,
in
I'm a
August.
volunteer. Hey, give me a good gig,
They
bro. Give me a good
they
gig.
they're like, we're talking. It's like, would you be interested? That's like, dude, I don't care if you have me cleaning carts up there. I don't care if I have to pick
I
up
care.
trash.
I care. I want to be in the
I
hospitality. I care.
I want to have not even 6 months into the job, but I want to have two USGA events under my belt already, and that's kind of like how I want to grow. Right?
And
That's
it,
the track that I want to do.
and that's huge right there. And I hope you're taking notes right there because you heard it. You heard several things that he said. Four bros like universe, networking, and already being thrown into the fire, right?
Yeah.
And Sergio, you say that Ike, I know you're doing something you love right now. Sergio, you're doing something you love. I'm in a profession that I love, and I don't get me wrong, I saw it too. Once I came up, I saw teachers and coaches that were just through. They were through with the system, through with the kids, through with the program, and I was just like, do I want to do this, right? And so you hear Sergio say that I want you to make it. I want these guys to make it. Like, and I guess the thing is, and I'm sure Sergio and Ike, like no Mexicano wants to see any other Mexicano do well, right? I don't think anybody, right? I think is it something like just in our blood? Like you
I
never
don't.
want to
I
see.
don't.
You never want
I
to
have to
see. You
disagree
say
with
that
you,
a
bro.
lot,
I don't
and
know.
and I
I'm
think
like I'm not a original Camarillo. I like want to see all the colors
I
everywhere. You
told
know
you,
what I'm saying?
right? What's your mom's maiden name? What's your mom's maiden name?
Garza.
See, I think you're more on that
Yeah,
Garza side. You're
yeah.
more on
I'm a
that Garza
Garza.
side.
I know that that's so true because Leo's always trying to chop you in the knee so you're his height all the time.
I'm like,
But
heck no, I'm playing like shit, bro. Like, I want you to go and get 3 birdies on me right now. Like go do it. Like,
see, and I think that's the thing, right? Like a lot of times when we're in our groups and we're playing, you get pissed off when somebody does well in your group, but at the same time, what do? You tip your hat to them, right? And you're like, yes, yes, because hopefully it's gonna draw
hmm
more out of you, right? Out of us, and
yeah,
and I think and I
yeah,
think I think that's the thing. Chris Jones made it, and he took the path. And when he became assistant pro at their River Place, I was like, hey, he made it. I felt like I made it too. Sergio's out there as an assistant pro out at the Covey. I was like, he made it. I made it too. And I think that's the thing. I think that's where it kind of like maybe the culture shifting is that where we don't want to see us as Mexicanos don't want to see people succeed. Well, I think now a lot of times as our bros, we want to see everybody win, right? And
yeah.
I think that's a big thing where I think some groups are going. So I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional because I love it when somebody loves to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yep. and to me, it's a lot like the military mentality that I have. Like you always try to leave, wherever you go, you always try to leave it better, and you try to get everybody that's underneath you up to your level. And because when you do that, then you're opening the path for yourself to go to a higher level. And that's basically that's what kind of Chris did for that's what Chris did for me, right? And subsequently, like the paths that I'm opening is because somebody opened the path for me, and Chris did that for me. He opened the path for me. He showed me the path. At the end, like I said this before, like he helped me convince myself that this is what I was supposed to do. Because if haven't I convinced myself of it, I would not be doing it, right? It had to come from within. And now it's like, okay, now you're convinced. Now look at what I did for you. Follow this. And that's what I'm doing. And now, when I catch up to him, right? Because he's still ahead. When I catch up to him, then we are gonna like walk together from that point, and we are gonna make the path that he built, now built. We're making it bigger for the next guys after us. Because to us, I think, when I reference Chris and I reference, what he means to me as a friend, as a brother, it's like we want to grow the game and we want to see other people like follow the same path as well.
I love that. I love that, and
I like
I
that
love
too.
that.
I like
I
what you
love
said
that.
there.
And I think the thing is too, Sergio. I don't want to keep you on too long, but the thing is that I hear that, and I hope you're hearing that too, Ike. That uh, I think what you did, you and Chris did, or what y'all are doing, is you're making it more real, the goal more realistic for everybody else.
Yeah,
And I think
Attainable.
it,
for sure.
yeah, attainable. And that, you know what, Mike Ayala called me 2 weeks ago, and he said, Andy, I'm getting sick of the corporate world. He said, Andy, you have a lot of money. And I said, we got a lot of money. Well, then fuck, stop being tight all the time. Like, hey, like pay for everything. Be like Osman. Osman doesn't ask for anything. Pay for everything. And so like he said, he wanted to chase the dream, and I want my boys to chase the dream. You know what? And so Ike, I'm hoping you're listening to everything Sergio's saying and
For
everything
sure.
that Chris, the advice Chris gave him, because I want to see you make it too. Because again, if you make it, that means I make it too.
Hell yeah, for sure.
All right.
I always come from a brotherhood background back in Alice, and I'm very family oriented, and like that goes along with all the people around me too. Like y'all are my brothers, the guys that I talk to, even on a weekly basis. Like I'll ride or die for them, and I want to see everybody succeed. So I like what you said there, Sergio. How you're catching up to Chris, and y'all are going to be walking together.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think that at the end of the day is, we're doing what we love. And, I think like maybe the difference for, people, I'm talking about like, Chris's age and my age, that we're coming, late into the game, is that,
But you
you
still look
know,
good. You still look good though.
we want to establish a new school, right? We want our name to be thrown around. We want our name to be gone within, the section. And, you know, you, you know, a 1,000-mile journey starts with the first step. So
Oh
we
man,
took
this
it.
guy, he must have, you must have had Chinese tonight because you're quoting like fortune cookies and stuff.
I did. No, actually, I, number 10 was brutal today.
What was it? Was it Doak? Was it Die, or was it Ross? What was it?
It was joke. And
See, I told him
uh,
this. Like he's an assistant pro at the number one course in Texas. I threw out all these names about who was the designer of the course and what was he telling. He said, I don't know. I'm trying to help you,
so
bro. I'm trying to help you.
I had I had the I had the opportunity today to play with Chet Williams, number 10. Um, he's here in the trip, and I it's just really cool listening to him talk about design, because what he did with the Kobe is amazing. That course, it is unreal. There's no photo, there's no word to mouth that does justice to what the Kobe is. I mean, it's the number one course in Texas for a reason. And I think that in the next 2 years, when they do the rating, we're probably going to break the top 100 in the US. But just like listening to the mastermind of what went to that course, and then listening him critique number 10 as we're playing it, it
Oh,
was really,
that had to be awesome because Ike, if you don't know, Chet Williams is the course designer. He's the course architect that did the Covey, And if you've played it recently, he's also the course designer that redid Corpus Christi Country Club.
Okay.
And he also did Whispering Pines, which
Whispering
got dethroned.
Pines,
Yeah,
damn.
he
This
got
guy,
you
he's a
know.
heavy, real nice guy.
Wow.
He's a real nice guy. My dad and I were talking about him today as we played, and the dude, like, because I asked him, I said, I'm huge into golf course architecture, and he has like, he's his own guy, like, right?
Yeah,
He doesn't take. He takes kind of a little from everybody, right? Like a little bit of everybody, and he has his own style. And I think that's rare in today's day and age because they asked this dude to redo Corpus Christi Country Club. Like, I mean, that says a lot. He has Whispering Pines, which was also the number one, and now the Covey, which is number one. This dude only does freaking bangers, bro. Guys,
he does.
that's our boy, four bro tour member right there, Sergio Menses, assistant golf professional out at the Covey, brother. Coming from Pinehurst, giving us some time, brother. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. Thanks so much for being on tonight.
Thank you. Good night, guys. Good luck, guys.
Good night, buddy.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you, bro. Yes,
I'm
sir.
trying to get us a practice round, by the way, in the next couple of
Oh
days.
man, that'd be perfect, bro. We'll go have a little game out there.
You need
I'm
a
working it.
fourth. You need a fourth. All right, I'll work it with you. All right,
I'm
brother.
out.
You be safe, man. Enjoy the rest of your trip,
Will do. Thank you. See you.
bro. Was he not dropping some words of knowledge for you, bro?
Yeah, man, he was for sure. He definitely had a little pen there with the little poems that he had written out before. I mean, man,
And
spit
again
some
though,
rhymes there.
but the thing is, you know what? You're a young cat. You're a young cat, and you say, you know, Sergio kind of pointed on that and hinted on that. He was in his like his kind of third career, and I said fourth career because
Right.
he likes to dabble. And I'm like this. I'm hoping Sergio stays in. I was like, I know this guy likes to hop around, and I'm like, I hope he
Yeah.
stay. I hope he stays there. But I think that's the most important thing. You know what? I think you're an artist, and you know it's a different type of art, right? It's a different type of
Yeah.
art. It's body art, and you hear what he says about like it's you have to put in the time and you have to put in the hours. And I think if anybody knows what it's like to put in hours to make something beautiful, to make something work, I mean that's the profession you're in right
For
now.
sure. That guy right there, yeah, for sure. I came in last year, so I haven't even. I think I just hit like a year with the Four Bros, and of course, like looking up to you and Maya and Leo, and then of course Sergio and Chris. Like I've already seen where these guys are at. So like any advice that I can have for my brothers, not only in golf but in life, like I'm definitely all for it for sure. Like I'm a sponge. I'm soaking up everything right now.
Well, guys, since we had to do a take two right here, don't forget, guys, our show is being presented by Maximum Demolition and Dismantling. Make sure you hit up our guy, Lee Ramos, owner and operator of Maximum Demolition and Dismantling. No job too big, no job too small. This dude loves the dirty work. Make sure you hit him up at 210-507-2227. All right, because you know what, I had to give him a shout out again because, bro, like remember we had some
Yeah.
technical difficulties, bro.
Yeah, me and Andy were on live air without even being on the air for like 10 minutes.
We're spitting and
Conversating.
we're spitting and I'm like this and
Yeah.
there's a couple things I'm watching as we're on the show, right? There's a couple things I'm watching. I'm watching who's on it. I'm watching my phone here. I have like, hey, there's a lot of things going on to get this show just to be mediocre, right?
Yeah.
And don't forget, guys, we are coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios. Hit up our guy. I'm going to share some of his posts right here. Jesse Hernandez is out there in Ireland right now playing some of the world's best courses out there, living his best golf life. And I'm gonna get mad at him when he comes back. I'm gonna say, bro, like just I'll just throw me. You know what? I'll be there for a couple of rounds, bro. All right. So Ike, as we have Sergio on the show talking about the PATs and talking about being a golf professional, what is it that I guess what are your kind of hopes and wishes taking this step into doing your playing ability test?
Hopes and wishes for sure are, I want to go and do my best. I'm not gonna go. I never really like. I've learned this a long time ago. You never pray for a win. You pray for the best of your ability, and everything else is gonna work out on its own. And so, like, I just, I hope that I can go do my best. And have no regrets. At least say that I gave it my all, whether the outcome is for me or not. And if it's not, I'm not gonna give up. I'm definitely gonna keep trying for it because it's golf. One day you got it, the next day you don't. uh, I definitely want to be able to have, the career I have right now in tattoos is a good career, and how awesome would it be if that was just like my side job, or vice versa. Like now I can go and show up to the course, and I'm clocked in and just being there. I love being out there. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm talking to a club pro, a kid who wants to learn. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my life on the golf course, and I think I have a lot of patience for it. It's getting better for sure. So I definitely want to just go give it my all. Definitely open up some doors for some buddies back home. Like 5 years ago, even last year, I didn't even think I'd be in this situation. So definitely some doors are starting to open, and I'm taking it day by day and keeping my faith high. I know for sure God has a plan for me, and that's what I'm trying to, just do my best, fulfill my best.
Well, bro, and I think that's a thing too, and that's why we love having you on the show because your energy is always high. I don't want to say I want to see when you're down. I want to see when you're angry, see when you're mad, or see when you're pissed. I want to see the other side of Ike, right? I want to see how you deal with some tough times. But it seems like you have a great head on your shoulder right here. We got some great comments right here from our guy right here, Robert Vasquez right here. Isaac, you have a job at Gateway waiting for you.
Man, Robert Vasquez is the best guy out here. He's wide open arms for everybody. I appreciate you saying that, Robert. Man, that's awesome. I wouldn't even want to go anywhere else if I'm being honest for my first job and to get my feet wet. Like that'd be perfect for sure.
See, I hate how you said that though. His arms are wide open for everybody because I think I'm special, right? I think I'm special when he gives me these hugs, but then I turn around and he's giving the same hugs to like you or Leo or Maya
man.
or Bestie Osman, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
I feel that. I feel that.
I'm
I
like
feel
this.
like
I'm like,
special.
I'm like, I think I'm good getting the rub on the back. No, he's giving it to everybody.
Yeah, he's such a great guy. He does so much
Yeah,
for
yeah.
everybody, and
Right
he
here.
really brought that course to life.
Oh shoot, dude, such a beast, bro, such a beast out there, right here, and then my boy Jacob Munoz, get it, Ike, and I think the thing is,
Jacob.
I think you have a lot of people that are rooting for you and want to see you do it and want to see nope, and not just say that they want to see you do it. I don't think that's the thing too. I think we want to see you do it too because we know that you would do it well right now,
Right.
and I think we would do it well because you heard Sergio. And I think you've seen it too, right? You've seen that good side, that welcoming side, but we as golfers we've also seen that ugly side, right?
Yeah.
Coming from the munis, playing country club golf, playing resort golf, playing at these higher end courses. We see the looks, we get the
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
Being whether it's demographics, Mexicano poor, being Mexicano, being you see the gavachos, the Walillos, you see the white people, and it's like a lot of times it takes a while for people to break down, and golf is a breaker of barriers, right? It's a breaker of
Yeah.
barriers, man. You should have seen it. We're freaking playing in the summer cup, right? The Eek Tour, and I said, "Hey guys," or just kind of like us, how we played it was me and it was me and Anthony Luna. We were playing the other day, and we're like, "Hey guys, so what are we doing?" Nope, we're not betting. Nope, we're not betting. Okay, all right. Hey,
Yeah.
fine. Remember when we were playing too at Gateway? They're like, "Hey
Yes.
guys,
Oh
are we
yeah.
gonna bet?"
Yeah.
Nope, nope,
Nope.
nope, nope,
Nah,
nope.
we're not
We're
doing
like,
no bets. Okay. Yeah.
and
For
then
sure.
by the end of the round, what are they like? Hey man, I'll play any day with you. Let's do this again. What,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
sucks that it takes freaking 18 holes to
Yeah.
wear somebody down and kind of
To catch
loosen
a
their
vibe,
guard, right?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like I said, I'm all about good vibes, and I definitely try to bring it. I've never judged a book by its cover. I mean, you look at the most athletic guy, and he has the worst swing, and you look at what do they call that guy, Beef, and he's a pro. You've seen that
Yeah.
guy, Beef?
Oh hey,
Oh
hey,
man, I
bro,
mean,
hey. I think about it. I said, look, if he's got that panza and he can still get around on the ball with my pinche man boobs and my panza, there's no reason I can't
there's no
turn on.
reason.
There's no
Yeah, man.
reason.
I mean, he's got his swing down, and I never judge a book by its cover just because of that reason. I've been all over the place. I play with tons of people, and recognize game and swing your swing. At the end of the day, it's gonna work for you. It might not work for everybody else. But yeah, man, I definitely try to keep the vibes high, keep a smile on my face, and I think the mind game's gotten better when I'm playing bad. I've been laughing it out, and it is what it is. It's just a bad day. It's not a bad life.
Right here, I got Jacob Munoz right here again. I'm still waiting for my hug. Jake, just go to Robert. He gives everybody hugs. All right, he calls everybody brother. We're not special, okay, guys. Just in case you don't know, we're not special. All right, we're not special. Now, if he comps you around, oh, we're special. Okay, if he throws you a box of Pro V1s, Ike, hey, now you're special, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He gives you a good price on a driver or a 3-wood or a hybrid. Hey, okay, you're special. You're special.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. So Ike, you know what? You're going into a great new chapter, a great chapter that you're starting. We're super pumped. You're not doing it alone, right? You're doing it with your uncle.
Right.
Several other of our boys are making that attempt. Tell us, what are your top? One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, your top 5 courses in San Antonio. But we're just talking about San Antonio. We're not talking
Right,
about
yeah.
Alsatian. We're not okay.
I hear that.
San
Yeah,
Antonio.
man.
So
I'm the
give me.
same way.
So,
I'm always like San Antonio's like this. People want to talk about all
so
the
give me.
outskirts.
So give me your number 5. Give me your number 5 course.
Let me give you an honorable mention. Yeah, man. I mean,
All right,
there's so many
give me an
courses out
okay.
here.
Give me an honorable mention right here. Give it to me.
I got it right here too. Let me see.
Participation points count. All right, bro.
Yeah, so like I definitely, like I told you before, when I came into San Antonio, coming from Alice, a Muni style type course, one of my favorite courses out here was Riverside. So Riverside,
Is that the honorable
you know,
mention or is
check it
that
out.
number 5?
That's honorable mention.
Okay, honorable mention. All right, we're gonna give them
Yeah.
a participation trophy, right?
Yeah, you
A
know what?
ribbon.
Just and it all goes as far as like conditions, year round. So at the end of the day, like I think it's still gonna make my list just because like I love the layout. It's not a easy course, but it's not too challenging. You just got to play some good golf to score decent there, and it reminds me of home.
See,
And
okay,
then another,
I don't mean to cut you off right there, but you say it reminds you of home, and I get that same feeling too, right? You smell the mesquite burning out there because we're playing on a Saturday or Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's throwing some meat on the grill. The
Tree
gentes
lighting
out there, right?
ceremonies.
You see the Paletera man going up and down the street right there on Mission Road. It's in the heart of the hood, at Southside.
Southside?
Yeah, Southside. But you're right. It feels like home, right? It feels like home. You got the San Antonio River cut right through it. You know what I mean? So I think it does have a lot of those home vibes for us, right? And I do for
Right,
that 361 area, and I think I'm with you there on the same sentiments. On it feels like home.
Yeah, I got one more honorable. mention.
Yeah, just
it's
list
Olympia
all of
Hills.
them, bro. Just list all of them, okay?
Hey man, if I can list 20 of the courses, I would, man. And coming from Alice, it's like I'm spoiled over here.
Everything's your
So,
favorite, right, bro? Everything's your favorite.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean-
okay. Before we continue right here, Victor Trevino, how's it going, my bros? Okay, he told me
We're
I have
doing
to say.
good, bro.
He told me I have to say this next time I'm on the show. Is that Victor whooped my ass? All right, he whooped my ass at a Tour 18. Four Bros Tour recently played out at Tour 18 there in Humble, out there and on the outskirts of Houston. And if you've never played Tour 18, what do you think? Should everybody play a Tour 18?
Oh yeah, that's a course that like you want to go play the players courses. I mean, it's got how many in 18 holes? It's a great course. Amen Corner was definitely I think some of everybody's favorite.
And then Chivo hitting a hole in one on.
It happened right in front of us, bro.
Okay,
We were
bro.
driving
It happened
off.
right behind. It happened right behind us. So I think that was the badass part about Tour 18, right? They have. If you've never played Tour 18, it's where it takes the famous holes from all the golf courses and it's put all into one, right? Obviously, it's a miniaturized version, but it's still freaking badass.
I mean, it's
right?
awesome. Yeah,
it's still badass,
really
right?
Cool to think like, oh, I'm on this hole that they played, and what can I do?
I think the easiest one was what was it? One, right? One was just
One
straight.
Yeah,
It's just straight, right? It's just
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I played really good that day, and my driver, when it's on, I mean, you've seen when it's like it can get big, and I was like, not even like inside. I was inside 90 yards most of the day, so like I was driving some of the
ass.
greens.
What'd you shoot?
Yeah, I shot 6 over. I got second place.
Okay, well, Victor got first, all right, bro.
Yeah, Victor got first.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, there's some things that happened that day, right? So we talk about Chivo birdie, and I think that was 8, right? I think it was 8 or 9 or 7 or 8, right?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Right, somewhere there, right? And Chivo birdies it, and like you said, you were behind him. Maya was on the tee box to the side of him. You were behind him because you were a hole behind him, right? So you were just coming off that green. Well,
Yeah.
I was in the fairway in front of Maya.
Yeah, y'all
so,
were in front of us. Yeah.
so there was freaking 4-5 groups right there, all almost at once, right?
Yeah, that
In
was
a
awesome.
vicinity. And like you heard the roar, you heard go crazy. Sal Showtime, I think was even more pumped than anybody.
Bro, I
right,
thought
bro?
Sal made the hole in one,
I
bro.
thought he did too,
He
bro.
was jumping up and down. I was
I,
like, what? No way.
well, I think Chivo was in shock, and you know it's still like. But what I like, right? So Victor Trevino was there at the end, right? Dr. Victor Trevino was like, he was pouring it on Chivo's tab. He was just like, hey, you had a hole in one.
Shit.
Hey, culero, give me another one. Hey,
Hey, well, you know what?
Panzon.
You
He goes,
drank all
hey,
my drinks.
he's like, hey, Panzon, give me another one. Hey, gordo, hey, dámalo. Like, I'm just like, this guy, dude, this guy. I was like this. I was like, do you work at a county hospital? Time's rough for you, bro. Time's rough for you, bro. Well, anyways, Victor took money off of me, but you know what? I'm gonna come back. I didn't play well. I shot an 85. I did not play well. That's with one birdie. I birdied the first hole, and so that should have told you everything. Like, what happens when you birdie the first hole? Like, where
It can go downhill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you go up from there, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm coming back for his ass. I'll tell you that much. And look right here,
That's good, bro.
one more comment right here about Riverside. Jacob Munoz, you hear the gunshots. Hey, right? It's setting the scene,
that's
right,
home.
bro?
That's
It's home. It's the sounds of home, right, bro? The sounds of home. Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Victor Trevino. Haha, my last hole in one cost me $1,700. Bar tab. Let's go. Hey, he was trying to
was
hit
running
that.
it up.
He was trying to hit that. Chivo was counting, like, how much is the hole in one pot? Oh, okay. Here's a watermelon. High noon. No, you know what? No.
He's like, okay, this is already
Hey,
starting to come
no,
out
you
my
got to
pocket.
get him a pint get him a draft because it's on sale. Like, you know.
Wow. Yeah, well, you know what? Victor drank all my drinks then because I didn't pour it down on TiVo, bro. I had one drink and we took off.
No, you had to, bro. I stuck around just for that. My wife was waiting in the
Yeah.
parking lot. She's like, "Babe, come on out, it's raining." I said, "No, I need one more drink. I have to have
Yeah.
I have to have it, bro." All right, so we have Riverside as an honorable mention. What's another honorable mention for you?
Right now, Olympia Hills is looking good. And I'm so close to it. I'm about, 15, 20 minutes. And I started recently going there, and it looks really nice. I think it's gotten my game kind of back dialed because you need to be really good off the tee there.
Tough track, tight track.
Yeah, it's a very tight track. So, it was always one of my favorite courses, before, even when the greens had black mold on them. But now,
now
yeah,
it's solid, right?
that's what they had. That's what they
Yeah,
had.
I know. I agree
So,
with
like,
you. Yeah.
so now, I think these greens, they remind me of like Gabe and Oso. Like they got those like spongy type greens and they're rolling pretty true. So that one's up there for sure.
Have you been there? Have you been there since the floods or no? Since the water hit it or no?
Not since that one flood. I was like going 2 times a week before.
Yeah,
that.
because I know you had been going
Yeah.
there religiously. You were drinking
Yeah.
that Olympia Hills Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it was, man. It was getting me right. But
It's
yeah,
tough
I
track,
haven't been
all right?
there-
So, tough
I
track,
haven't been
bro.
there yet. Yeah, I haven't been there since. But I heard on the San Antonio Golfers, it looks pretty decent right now.
I think they've just finished up in regards to kind of repairing some stuff. They still have a little ways to go. Some of the new changes that they made, and I guess I wish them all the best because hey, the more courses we have to play, the better for us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right,
and
so
now
that's
we
two-
can start going into my top 5.
That's 2 honorable mentions, all right? Two honorable mentions, and then you know what? I'm gonna give an honorable mention B or honorable mention C right here.
Yeah, we're gonna go. You know what? Let me give you one more honorable mention.
No. All right, so let's get into it. All right, give us number 5.
Gateway Hills.
Oh,
Gateway Hills is always gonna be on my list, whether it's top 5, top 3. No matter what, I'm gonna recommend that course day and night. It's a great track. It's a tough track if you've never been there. And then if
It
you know the
doesn't-
course, it could be easy.
It doesn't. You know what? I give Robert shit a lot about this because I've never shot well there. I've only shot well there once. Right? I shot a
I do
76.
pretty well.
I shot a 76 and I don't know what it is. Is it's just something about the track? It's very quirky to me, and I think it's maybe because I never give myself like a good second shot. I'm always like under a
Okay.
tree, or I'm always having to kick out, and I don't just have a clear path to get a green and reg, right?
So
And-
really, it would be the tee shots.
No, it's the course. It's the course. It's the course.
Okay, it's of
It's
course.
the course. But I'm saying is I think I'll put it in the top five, and I like that it's in your top five because I think the thing is I think military courses that are well kept. I think they're somewhat they're like they're gems, right? Because
Oh yeah, for
not
sure.
everybody can get on them, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Fort Sam anybody can get on because it's an
Hmm.
open base that part,
Right.
but not everybody can get on Lackland, not everybody can get on Randolph, and I think those military courses can be gems, and the way
Yeah.
Robert and his staff have done it, I think they've made it like that gem is sparkling really bright, right? So
Yeah.
good call right
One
there.
thing
Good
that
good
I
call.
kind of separate Randolph and Gateway is obviously like the layout, the elevation
You
change.
like Randolph
So
too, though,
like,
right? Because isn't that out there kind of by you or
yeah, I
no, or
like
is it
Randolph.
closer?
It's a nice little mini course, you know. And I need to go get my game dialed up. I haven't had my pass lately, so I haven't been able to make it. But Gateway Hills, like the elevation change, is what really kind of get got me there
It
because
doesn't
I
seem like
really
it.
like that.
It doesn't seem like you're in San Antonio. I
Yeah,
think
it doesn't
it's
seem it
different.
like for sure. I mean, it definitely like you got to be smart off the tee, and then like that one a hole nine. I mean, that's an insane view. Hole 10, those are
Back to
insane
back,
views right there.
back to back. It's a lot on tee shots, right? You know, number nine,
Yeah,
you're going on a huge 100-foot elevation. Hole 10, you're 100-foot drop. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
bro.
yeah,
You're hitting
okay.
100 yards, and you got to hit your 150-yard shot. Like it's crazy, you know. But that's what makes us better playing courses like that. And then not to mention the green fees there compared to any course in San Antonio is unbeatable.
Oh, dude, and I think a lot of times we have no true munis here in San Antonio. We don't have an
Right.
Alice Muni, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
our municipal courses are ran by a management company, right? That the city hires, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we don't have true munis, right? And I think that is maybe it's one close thing because there's a couple courses that give you that muni feel, and I think Lackland and Robert, his staff, those are one of the courses that give you like a homey type feel, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so number four.
I gotta go with the Corey. Corey,
Mm.
especially after they did the renovations to the greens. You know, that's a course you're gonna hear about in San Antonio. It's gonna be in everybody's top three. It might even be other people's top one. You know, but that course for me, I've had maybe one or two good rounds, maybe two good rounds there, and then a bunch of mediocre rounds there. But other than that, bro, like I always try to remember where I'm at. Like you know, this is a privilege to play that course, especially with that quarry. I mean, it's insane views that I'd never witnessed or seen before. That's. I think people come to Texas or San Antonio just to see that sometimes.
It's a tale of two nines. A tale of two nines. But last week we were off because we're four bros take over in Houston. The episode 194, I had the superintendent Bobby Gann on the show, and dude's only 33 years old, and he is
Okay.
the superintendent out at the quarry. Like I mean, and I don't think look back, Ike. In any time you can remember out of the quarry, uh, this past year, do you remember a time that it looked in bad shape?
No, no,
Right?
yeah, no. Even before the renovations, it was never in bad shape. I feel like I never had any bad conditions there. Yeah, I know for sure the greens were just slow before, and now they're like extremely fast. It's kind of insane how they did that.
And I think the thing is that when I had Bobby on the show, they're the only course in southern part of Texas or southern part of the United States that has this type of grass, which is TIFF 3D, right? Yeah, TIFF
That's
3D,
yeah, that's
and
crazy that you say that. I have pictures on my phone. Like I was literally taking pictures of the
it's
grass
weird,
and the
right?
field.
You like
Yeah.
it's a hybrid type. It's weird. Like you talk
Hmm.
about Olympia Hills and it being spongy. Like that is like the ultimate sponge. And I think the thing is too is that they're everyone's fearful. You know, I know Robert's fearful. I know Bo and his guys out there at Golf Club of Texas. Sometimes everyone says, "Oh, the greens are a little hairy. They haven't been cut." I think the thing is a lot of times in the summer it happens in La Cantera too. It happens out there, the Anthony and
Yeah.
his crew, right? Like sometimes, we played out there and it's just, oh man, they were slow, they were hairy, and it's just I think they're kind of fearful of losing the greens, right? Especially
Yeah, you cut them
summer
too
heat.
short. Yeah, man, they take a long time to come back.
And so good call on the quarry. It's never uh, customer service there, the bar, the grill, the rounds for the most part they kind of get pushed pretty good, good pace. Good
Hmm.
call. Corey, tail of two
Hmm.
nines.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we got
My
number
number
three.
three. The number three, two, and one, man, those are going to be the simple ones, the ones that you probably heard before that I've said plenty of times. I got Cedar Creek at 3, Canyon Springs at 2, La Cantera at 1.
Mm.
All similar, like very elevation change, smart decision making off the tee courses. But I think for sure, conditions wise, like I've never been to those courses and they've never not looked good. Like every
It,
time I show up, it looks great.
and that's great to hear, Ike. You know it because Canyon Springs. I could tell you, I never remember it being bad, like ever, right? Like I mean,
Yeah, never.
ever, right?
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's ever said that they are in bad shape, right? And I don't think I've ever seen them. I could ever tell you that it was in bad shape. And then you have Cedar Creek, where I think you know what Alamo City Golf Trail Management sometimes they have a way of kind of shitting and letting some of their courses go before the renovation. It was a horror story, bro.
yeah,
They let that course go, and I think everyone's kind of like you know what if you're a diehard golfer or diehard trail like you know you play the trail like freaking diehard. I think you're always concerned that it could go back to that way, right? And I think
yeah.
those are the things that a lot of people a lot of times that we're concerned with. We pray that it never goes back because it's in great shape, it's gorgeous,
Yeah,
and
man. When courses are top notch, it just changes the whole, environment of the setting. You know what I'm saying? So like when you go to Cedar Creek and it's in prime condition, like you want when we had that, I think we had Cedar Creek, one of the last ones. We started like at 7:30. It was it Mother's Day or something like that?
yeah,
And like,
hey, yeah, dude, I could not play that, bro. Mother's
yeah, we
Day,
made it
stop,
early.
bro,
We did it.
stop.
I just remember being out there and thinking like, man, this is like the best it's ever looked in my eyes, and I wanted to come back like right away.
Well,
It
because
looked really great.
after Mother's Day, four bro. See, and again, I think that's the benefit. Like, what did you say? So, is to playing in a group or organization or a tour like Four Bros Tour is that uh, we play great tracks. I mean,
Yeah, we do.
we were at Tour 18. Guys got to play Tradition out there in Houston. The week before, we were Alisation 2 man. The guys were at Tapatio yesterday.
Yeah, man,
Um,
great formats.
yeah,
Yeah.
like big dude, like I mean, we have the Happy Gilmore Golf Club of Texas 9 man, 9 hole Happy Gilmore Four Bros open house event. We have freaking Riverside. I mean, that's the benefit. We're playing Lackland Thursday Hot Nines. Like, bro, like
hmm
you cannot
I'm over there.
say,
I'm looking at my app, like what's coming up for the next 6 months.
bro, like you can't say that we don't have our hands and we don't play everywhere. Like a lot of times, guys,
Yeah.
oh, what course do you play? And you can't. I play everywhere.
Yeah, that's exactly, dude. I just started talking to some guy yesterday. I'm always rooting for bros. Like, hey, Four Bros? You've heard Four Bros? Come join us. Come join us. And so, like, this guy asked me, like, oh, what's your home course? I was like, fuck, I don't know, man. I mean, if I had to choose, maybe like La Cantera, because we play it often and we play well there.
Stop!
Like, I
Hey,
feel like that is a
stop,
home
bro!
course.
Hey, stop!
Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
we
Leo
hit par,
Junior,
one over, two
Leo
over, three
Junior.
over. I feel like I do good. I do good there.
Yeah,
On those
Johnny Boy
courses.
Junior, Johnny Boy Junior, right there.
Dude, when I play with Johnny, bro, and he'll tell you to this day, like when I play with Johnny, if you see me play with Johnny, I might win the tournament that day or beat Johnny because he's caddying me up like a stud, man. Like and I'm not asking for it, and he's not doing it like overdoing it. We just vibe out, we talk golf. He's such a smart guy, and like I feed off of his swing, I feed off of his playing ability, and we usually have some great rounds together, bro.
I,
So.
I'd love to play with somebody that sharpens your game and challenges you. But don't and like I said,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong. I like to slum it too. Give me some 20, give me some 30 handicaps, and let me feel
hmm
better about myself. Right?
I'm the
Like
same way sometimes. I'm more go. You know what? Me and Colton, bro, will take on anybody.
I know, bro. That's why I'm scared. That's why I'm scared of that, dude. It's like let me have Colton. Let me at him. Let me at him.
Yeah, it can get hot, man. Especially when he's playing with me.
I know, bro, but like that's why I said I'm gonna play him away from you. I gotta play away. I gotta
Right?
play mama. I
Yeah,
gotta play
yeah.
baby away from mama. I gotta play.
My dad, bro. You gotta play those
I
guys.
know, bro. I gotta play those guys. I can't let them lean on you, bro. Right here. Okay,
Yeah.
so I got Zachary Martinez right here, bro. 1v1, Isaac.
Hey, that's my homie from back home, Zach. Thanks for watching. Man, he does not want the smoke, bro. That dude's a baseball player. That dude's a baseball player. He's gonna be slicing galore. Nah, I'm just kidding. This dude is an athlete. He doesn't even play golf, and he'll show up and play some good hard bogey golf.
Bro, I hate guys like that, bro. Like my bag and everything has to be right. I got to get into the range just to play mediocre freaking golf. I hate the dudes that are natural
Yeah,
athletes
bro.
that just go out there and can play anything. Like, I'm like, you know what? I said, I'm never like bougie on the golf course, but guys like that, I can't fucking stand. Like, they make
Yeah,
me sick,
man.
bro. They make me
He's
sick.
he's always been a natural athlete. This dude was a 4-year baseball letterman. And we were looking at him like a stud, and he's one of my great friends. So it's pretty cool him getting him on the show to come check it out. I got a lot of people I'm always telling you, hey, go check out the show. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I'm on, even more.
Well, I love it, bro. All right, so okay, so that's Cedar. Number two, Canyon Springs. Like we talked, I think. So let me ask you this about Canyon Springs, and it's out there, Stone Oak area, right across the street from TPC, right? TPC's to the right. At Canyon Springs on the left. Some guys were arguing about this, saying how that it was an easy course. And then I got on the other side. I'm on the other side where I'm like, dude, that course it's tough for me. Where do you lie or where do you sit? What are your thoughts are?
I've never broken 80 at Canyon Springs, and I went last week with Colby, Josh Tostado, and Jacob Vasquez, all studs. And I was going to vibe out. I was going to have a good time. The first two holes, like it's good. Bogey golf. I'm never mad with bogey golf. I'm never really mad with that. So I'm okay. And then I get to a point where I'm like, man, I've never broken 80 here. And like as soon as I said that, it just like it reminded me why. Like, oh man, you gotta really be like really smart off the tee. And I played there, a handful of times. I know the course, but I think whenever I go and most of the times I go to have a good time, I have a good time. So I think we need to go take Four Bros over there in like a tournament
It's
setting.
it's tough. It's tough because and I think a lot of times, you know what, everybody, right? I think when you're coming up in the tattoo game, right? Everybody was the better tattoo artist, right, bro? Everybody
Right.
had a better way of doing things, right?
Right.
And I think that's a lot of times that because in our reality, Four Bros Tour is not an old group. We're not an old group, and we always want to
No.
get better, right?
Yeah.
And we're a member for we are a member first group. Like it's about our members. It's not about individuals.
Yeah.
And so I think that a lot of times we try to get our guys the best deals. And out at Canyon Springs, they don't give a lot of rates, and they require you to pay by credit card over
Yeah.
phone.
Right. The
And
prepaid.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
and it makes a lot of things tough, right? It makes a lot of
Yeah.
things
That's
tough for
true.
our guys, and I think that's where it gets a little difficult and dicey. What does Four Bros Tour try to do? We try to make it easy for our
Easier for everybody.
yeah, for
Yeah,
our
and
members,
that
right?
makes a lot of sense for sure. I've gone over there and I've had like fun rounds and stuff like that. And when I have my fun rounds, it really doesn't matter. Like I'm not. It's not. I won't even put it on my gin if I play too like extremely terrible. I'm really just vibing, having a good time.
Yeah, just
But
try to work on, or let me try to cut this, or let me draw it,
yeah,
right?
just trying things that I won't normally try. And really, so like I did a great job. I mean, you'd be proud of me these last like 20 rounds that I've had, bro. Like
Ike, I'm
I'm not
always
even
proud of you.
getting.
I'm always proud
Thank
of
you,
you, bro.
bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm really working on the mind game. Like I said, you hit a bad shot, and everybody's waiting for me to say something. And I'm just like, it is what it is, bro. Like golf is so much more. There's so much more to golf than the actual score. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really starting to figure that out. And with that, the scores are getting better.
So okay, so we talk about Canyon Springs, and then your number one is La Cantera. What is it about La Cantera? And you can't say, oh, it's just the vibes, the courses. We know it's a resort course. We know that, right? We know it's a
Yeah.
resort course. But what is it about? Is it the greens? Is it the layout? What is it about La
I
Cantera?
definitely love the layout. I think it could be it's a resort style course, but when I first played it, it gave me like a Muni on steroids. Like it's got wide fairways, so you can hit the fairways. If you hit it in the crap, you might be able to find it. If you can really go look for it. But yeah, I really like the layout. I love the elevation change and the greens there. Like once I figured out how to learn the greens, how to read greens. Like I started having fun there, like because some guys go there and they see the green. Oh, it's gonna break left to right, and it totally breaks up the hill. It's
Bro,
like, what the heck?
okay, stop. I'm getting PTSD, bro. Like,
PTSD.
okay, bro, because all right, and I think that's one place I really struggle, and from there I've learned so much about the burn, the break, the grain, right? Like, that's where I always go to school, right? I go to school on green reading there. Got some great comments right there. I think you know this lady right here. Joyce and Oscar Camarillo right here. Isaac sporting the Morgan Wallen stash. That's where I did see you. That's where I did see you kind of premiere it at the concert.
Yeah,
You
I
came
was
out to
already.
you came out to the world with your stash that day.
Yeah, man, I had it for about a month prior, and I remember telling my fiance, "Hey, I don't have anything going on for the next month. I should try it." And like
Does she like?
immediately, like I liked it. She likes it. Yeah, and you know what?
You
Like
said that too. You
before,
said
she
that
was
too quick.
always,
You said
yeah,
that
she
too
was
quick.
always against it. She was always against it before, and I was too. And as you get older, you grow more facial hair, and I feel like I was at a point where let me try it out. Summer vibes. It's hot. I got that Mexican patchy beard, so I
There
might as
you.
well try
Hey,
something different.
I gotta keep some, bro. It blocks a little bit of my double chin, so I gotta block it right here.
Hey, I hear, bro. I hear it.
Right here, Mike Kirk about La Cantera. It's the roller coasters.
Oh man, the roller coasters, and then I got season passes. So right after we're done, we're heading right
There
over.
you go. See, look, see, Mike Kirk knows what's up, bro. Hey, what's up, Mike? Thanks for chiming in, brother. Oh, and Sergio, good one right here, Sergio. Not posting to your gin is unbecoming of a soon-to-be golf pro. Ooh,
Dude, I just don't post the bad
ah,
scores,
you have to post.
which is
You need them. You need to post all of
you
them.
know what? Like I'll post the bad scores, but if it gets to like where it's like 90 plus, it's like, I really like maybe half the front nine, the back nine. I already got out of it. So it's just like one of those days. I'll post my tournament bad scores any day of the
Look,
week. I'll post my tourney scores.
look at Sergio. More like a Juan Diego stash. Oh.
Hey, I'll take it. You know what? Because I'm not trying to copy anybody. Juan
Ah.
Diego. You know what's funny, bro? I have one of my buddies, uh, whatever, Alamo Trail Pass. His
Yeah.
name's Diego. I use his shit everywhere I go. Hey, how's it going? I'm Diego. I look just
See,
like him.
bro. Okay, I tell Brucey to do that with mine, but the thing that sucks is that the first thing that comes up because uh, I'm like an admin for Four Bros is that the
Ah,
first thing that comes up Four Bros tour like and then I say no and I have to give them my phone number and they have to do it again, right? And then they're giving like more personal info. They're like, oh, is this your address and whatever, right? And so like Brucey did it one time and he freaked out, right? Like
ah.
the lights were too bright, like, and so
Okay,
I
yeah,
want him to use it so I can give me the points. Do you
yeah,
get the discount? I'll get the points. Like, you
yeah,
know
for
what?
sure. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's the best of both worlds right here. Look,
yeah, for
see, look
sure.
right here, Sergio. Gehin or the gin will cap it. All right, Sergio, go to sleep. Shut up. We're mad at you.
I'll go ahead and post every single score.
See,
Yeah, I'll
you
be
have
I'll
to.
be I'll be a 10 handicap
You
game
have to.
time.
That's what I'm saying. You have to, bro. You have to, bro. All right. And so Ike, as do you kind of see the trend as of right now? Right, as of right now, we have on SA golfers. Right, there's the most recent video was dudes fighting over slow play.
Oh wow, man, I saw that. Dude, I don't get me, my dad, and Leo all together, and don't play slow in front of us, cause that will happen.
Well, okay,
No.
because you know what, Freddie sent me Brucey sent me a video. I call him Freddie. Freddie sent me a video of these dudes throwing chingazos there in Alice, and
What the heck?
yeah, like it was a while back. I think it was like a year. I guess some of the guys were teeing off and they're right by the street. And I guess somebody saw, they stopped, they jumped the fence, and man, they started throwing chingazos right there at the tee box.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? I guess it doesn't surprise me too much when you bring up Alice. There's always a lot of stuff going on.
But
Nah, not to be hating
what are
on
you
my
throwing what are you
hometown.
throwing hands for? What are you throwing hands for on the course? Is
Man,
there
I'll
anything?
never
Is there anything?
I'll never throw hands on the course. Maybe last year, 2 years ago, when I was like a younger hothead, like anything would tick me off. But there's no reason for us to be having any hands on anybody. It's just golf. You know, the guy in the video, it's just golf. It's just golf. You can tell he was a little drunk, and you
Dude,
can tell they were both. They
he
were
was
a lot
he
of
was
drunk.
gone, bro. He was
Yeah, you
gone.
know what? But at the end of the day, like watching that video too, like it is just golf. At the end of the day, you just have to have some kind of etiquette. Like if you're playing slow, let these guys go in front of
Let
you.
him go
That
through.
way,
Thank you.
it's just like pace of play, you know. And I'll do that myself. Like if I'm practicing on one hole or I'm walking and I see some dudes that are pulling up on me, like I'm not gonna sit there and I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna just stay in front of them. Like, hey, I'm walking. Like, go ahead and pass me up. You know, I don't want to ruin nobody's round. You know, and I definitely. And at the end of the day, like every time I do that or come up to some people who are gonna let us pass or we're gonna vice versa, there's always a smile on each other's face. Like at the end of the day, a smile will take a long way to make somebody else feel a lot better about themselves. You know, so hey, sorry about the slow pay. Y'all go ahead and pass this up. Oh, it's all good. Thanks for letting us pass y'all. Like that
Has
it
there
goes a
ever been
long
a
way.
time? Has there ever been a time that you've played or seen where it's come close to that?
The only time, yes, and you know, how crazy that you say that. Also in Corpus, and it was really so like I pulled up and you know I had a group or whatever. I was with my dad. I don't know who else I was with, and I was talking to the club pro. And at the time, like I'm shooting scratch there plenty of times under par. My bad rounds there might be like a 75 at also,
Yeah, you
and
whooped my ass there though, so you shot
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
well
So
though.
I told like the starter, like, oh, have you played here before? Yeah, I played here before. Oh, okay. He kind of looked at my bag. What do you shoot? And I was like, I maybe scratch around here. So some guys behind us heard that. We go about maybe 8, 10 holes later, but it's a long day, bro. We're waiting on the guys in front of us all day. Whatever it is, what it is. We're on hole, I think it's 8, that par 5 right around the water, and we had
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hit
yeah.
our drives. We had just hit our drives because it just cleared up, and these dudes pull up and they're, man, what's taking y'all so long? Y'all are taking forever. We've been waiting on y'all all day. I thought you were supposed to be a scratch golfer. He tells that to my dad. My dad's like, what the heck? Like, I'm not a scratch golfer. And I heard that and I turn around.
Hey, wrong guy.
Yeah, I heard that
Wrong
and I turned around.
camarillo.
I turned around and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm the scratch golfer. Like, what are you complaining about? Oh, I can't tell. You're not a scratch golfer. You're taking forever. I'm like, bro, I'm like 1 over right now through 8 holes. You're mad at your own game. Like, bro, you're not mad at us, bro. And they were probably like in their own little group, skins game or something, because it was one older gentleman being mad, and 3 young guys that looked about my age that were just kind of like sitting back, didn't say nothing. They didn't want nothing to do with that. And like my dad got real heated, and I just got to a point where I was like, man, honestly, like you're making me laugh, bro. Like you really want to get mad over this? Like if it really came down to it, like I know what I could do in golf and then outside of golf. So like I have no point to prove this guy that I can beat him, and I have no point to prove this guy that I can beat him up. You know, it's like at the end of the day, it's slow your roll, play your own game. I mean, look at these guys that are in front of us. Like I'll be the first one to like these guys are playing slow in front of us. Oh, okay, it's the guys in front of them. Like I can't even be mad at these guys.
And so a lot of times like I look at that, right, like years back, we're playing there and the naval at the naval base right there in Corpus, right, we're playing at Gulf Winds golf course there.
Okay.
And my dad, I'm young, dude. I think I'm like in high school at the time, right? And we're playing, and we're leaving a par three. And I don't know, have you ever played Gulf Winds? Have you ever played the
I
naval
haven't.
base there? Okay,
No.
it's really tight. Like it's really tight. The holes are kind of like, I would say it's link style or close to link style. Everything's super close together, right? The holes, there's not a lot of room. It's not like Buckhorn or there's space in between holes, right? Well, as we're walking off the green, I hear somebody say four, turn around. This ball hits me right dead
Oh,
smack, like right on, the back strap. Boom, right, hits me. And it knocks the air out of me. And my dad's holding me because I'm on my dad and I have my hand on his shoulder
mm,
and I'm out of breath, right? And and I'm like I'm just out of, like how you get sometimes, in football you get the wind knocked out of you,
yeah.
so you freak out, right? You freak out, right? Because you can't get in the air. And well, the guy drives up and he says, "Oh man, I'm sorry." And I'm thinking, my dad, hey, you're gonna tell him shit, right? My dad, no, hey, no, buddy, that's okay, partner,
Oh,
that's okay, partner. And I'm over here like under my breath, you motherfucker, like
what
I
the
was like,
fuck?
I know, dude. And I was like, on that day, I lost a lot of respect for my dad. You know,
Oh,
and I look back now and I said I still lost a lot of respect for him. But
oh my
I'm
gosh,
like, tell
dude.
him like at least say some shit. Like you do that type of shit. You buy and send somebody a drink or something, right? Like I mean,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
really like. I
Yeah,
don't think
dude.
anybody's trying to do anything like that. But that's one instance, right? Another instance is
Hmm.
that I know it happened out at Golf Club of Texas. Uh, Freaking Juan and Saul are hitting, right? And some guy hits into them, right? Like hits into Juan and Saul, and there. I mean, Saul's like a bomber, right? Saul's a bomber, and Juan, like these guys. I mean, I don't think they're slow players at all, right?
Hmm.
Well, somebody hits into them and hits into them with the intention to like speed them up, right?
Okay.
And Juan and Saul like started like waiting for the dude and started talking shit to him and threatening him and you know
Hmm.
what? Like, hey, that guy, like he stayed way far back after that. Like trying to speed somebody up and hitting into him, like I don't think that's ever a recipe for success.
Man, bro, like you bring that up, and Golf Club in Texas too. One of our first events, me and my dad, that happened to us. Like that
Oh,
literally.
that's right. I remember that.
You
You had
remember? You
several of your
remember?
boys. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And
And I
and we
said,
weren't
yeah, it
even
was
like,
Ike. Ike does. I said, Ike does shit like that. That's him. I
yeah,
said, that
yeah.
was the guy.
No, no. You know what? Like it was one of our first events,
Was
and
it was
their
it
golf
was
club.
was it Victor? Was it Victor in them? Or I think like did Victor?
I know exactly who it was. I'm not gonna say no names,
Ah,
but
come on,
but
man, come on.
we were like on hole I think 18 or 17, and all day. I mean, it's blind spots. Like if you're like hitting the corner, you're hitting the corner, right? It's blind spot. So these guys were like they were gone. Like we didn't see them. Okay, cool. So we hit our drive, and then all of a sudden we see them pop out of a tree, and like they see that or whatever, and they might have been upset all day that we are hitting into them, but like all day like I didn't know where they were. It wasn't intentional at all. It was like they were gone. Let's hit. I was hitting the ball really good back then. It was going deep. Well, these guys felt some type of way, like so they put a ball down and they hit it back at us with they hit a long iron, try to hit it back at us, and like at that
Oh
point, that was
shit.
like, okay, you know what? That's different. Like that's
Uh,
intentional. We
yeah,
didn't
that
do
is
that.
that
We didn't do that
is.
with no intentions to hit them, especially if like we see it's clear, But they dropped the ball, hit back into us. At the end of the day, the beef got squashed, after finding out that we were camarillos. But other than that, like it is what it
Okay,
is, bro.
okay.
Like
So
I
so
won't take it to that point.
so a couple of things right here. We talk about Golf Club of Texas, and I'm gonna bring this up real big here, all right? And I'm gonna block. Don't worry, I'll block on my side so we can see Isaac's stash. Okay, this is Morgan Wallen's stash right here, guys. Hey guys, make sure you join Four Bros Tour out at Happy Gilmore 2 Premiere, 9 holes and a tournament. Member rate. Member rate. If Four Bros Tour rate is $49. Four Bros Tour rate is $49 and you get food as well. So not only you get golf, you get food and the member rate $49. That is 9 holes out at Golf Club of Texas for Happy Gilmore 2 screening. All right. Okay, now I'm going to cover up Ike right here so I can finish this out. All right. So we're here, guys. Make sure you join us. This is also an open house, guys. Yes, we're going to be out at the Vibe of Golf Club of Texas. We're talking about that course right now, good and bad. But it's a vibe. They got the short game area. They got a great bar and grill, pro shop, friendly staff. There's no other golf vibe like it. They got the Tin Cup bar, and we're talking about it today. I was talking with Bo today. It's going to be played on all of the screens out at the Tin Cup bar. It's going to be played inside. It could be outside on the inflatable screen. It's going to be Four Bros call, and there is going to be a keg of the official beer of Four Bros Tour, which is Michelob Ultra, courtesy of American Knuckle Auto Shop and Dave Davila. All right, guys. So make sure, guys, that is Golf in a Movie, 9 hole tournament, July 25th out at, I'm sorry, correction, July 26th out at Golf Club of Texas, guys. So make sure you hit me up for more info and to get you on. We already have teams. We already got guys paid up. So make sure, guys, this is a Four Bros Tour open house. You will not regret being there. Come learn more about Four Bros Tour. All right. So Ike right here. Okay. So we talk about Golf Club of Texas and we talk about, talk about a couple of things right here. Okay. So this is where I'm kind of at odds, right? I'm kind of at odds in this regards. Now, Do you think one group is maybe better than the other, or do you think it's kind of like what's good for us might not be good for the next guy?
I definitely always will agree with that. The second one that you said, what's good for us might not always be good for everybody else, but I do recommend always giving it a try. I've had no bad experiences with our group. Four Bros, I think everybody that's a member has nothing but good to say. I don't think there's anything bad. There's definitely no beef. Any beef that we do have is really strictly course wise, taken care of on the course. And like at the end of the day, it's all brotherhood. Like on Sunday we're gonna have a barbecue at the end of the Riverside matchup or whatever. And I mean that's all we can ask for. I've been looking forward to something like that. Yeah, to go hang out with the bros and stuff rather than you know, having some kind of animosity about the day and people take off or whatever the case is. I feel like I've been in multiple leagues and like it's just kind of like you every group has their own age group and like this I don't know Four Bros doesn't have an age group like it's wide variety and like the young guys are vibing with the older guys and the older guys with the middle age with the young guys. I mean I think it's great. I click with the guys that are my age, older, and like it's all vibes, bro. Everybody's great here. I would I would kind of give my hats off to Four Bros and say this is the best group in San Antonio, in my opinion. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion. I know there's a U.S. amateur, there's the Paga, there's a San Antonio, which I've kind of showed up to a few here and there, but like Four Bros is just so much more friendlier, bro. Like it's all family vibes.
And I think that's the thing too, right? Like I said, and it's about maybe what fits better for you or for the next guy, and what would work for him might not work for you or might not work for me. But I just know, I know what works for me, and Four
Mhm.
Bros is what works for me, right?
It definitely
Um,
works for me.
so with that in regards to that, this brings up my next point. Uh, I have a bad taste in my mouth from seeing that video. I, I would have a hard time. Like if I ever saw somebody wanting to beef with you on the course, they ain't never gonna get to you because they're gonna
Mm-mm.
have to get to me to get to you, right?
You're right.
And like I don't give a fuck if I'm recording or I ain't recording nothing because no one's gonna get to my boy without having to touch me first.
Right.
And that's where I lose a lot of respect for whoever cameraman, like you're gonna throw me around. Okay, I'm a heavy little dude, but you're gonna throw me around to get to my boy Ike or to get to my boy Jake or to get to what, Maya, fuck Maya, you can get right to Maya. I'm gonna, hey, here you go, right there, right. But if you're gonna get to one of my guys, like you're gonna have to get through, like through me, right, or through one of my boys,
I
right.
agree. I
I'm
would say the
hoping,
same
I'm
thing.
hoping like fair. No, we ain't doing no fair fights. Like no, like they ain't gonna be no fight, right? Like, and if you want
Yeah.
to, you're gonna have to touch me first, right?
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, where are your dudes at? Like, where are your
Yeah.
boys at? Like
Yeah.
somebody's recording. It better be the guy that's doing the banging and doing the fisting and hitting. It better be on that side
Hmm.
and not on the other guy's side. Where and sometimes
Yeah.
your guys act a little pendejo. We know that our
Yeah.
guys we can do that sometimes too.
Hmm.
Like back your boy's play or like, hey, calm him down or tell him to shut the fuck up
Right.
or something. But
Exactly.
I saw no brotherhood there at all, and that's
Yeah,
one thing that
man.
alarms
Yeah.
me.
You can kind of see like the most brotherhood that we saw were probably that drunk guy trying to defend his drunk friend, but like other than that, these other guys were just all fed up with the day, and someone's got to have that responsibility to say like it's not that deep. Like at the end of the day, just a simple conversation will go a long way. And I give a lot of credit due to my uncle, my dad. I mean, these guys they've been like that. Like they grew up totally different way. Like start fighting now and they have changed their ways and because of that like I learned from them so
They're
like at the
they're
end of the day
dads.
like
They're dads and grandfathers now, bro.
oh yeah that's crazy yeah I'm
but
an uncle.
wait, but the dog never leaves, right, bro? It's in there somewhere, right, bro? It never
It's
leaves
in
you.
there, bro. We've seen it. I mean, we've seen it, when it can get to a point but like they're really throttling it back like they're holding in that horse that they have for sure. And like I said, I praise them for everything that they've taught me because along with that, you go to the course and there's more things to be learned. And Leo's been playing the game a lot longer than me. He showed me a lot of golf etiquette. He showed me how to, treat a player. And my dad, who on the opposite spectrum is more like I'm going to show you how to treat others and how to treat the game, and it's not that serious. So like I have the competitiveness, and I also have like the recreational type. So it's somewhere it meets in the middle. At the end of the day, it's just golf. Everybody's out there to have a good time. If you wake up in the morning and you're grabbing your bag, we do not expect to be in a fight that day. Like we're there to win some money, drink some beer, maybe have a good time, come back with some stories, but some good stories.
Right? See, and that's what I'm saying, and that's where seeing that video is like troubling. And I'm like, dude, like I'm fighting for my bro. Like I said, if I know my bro is hammered, I'll whip his ass myself. Like
Yeah,
you ain't gonna whip my boy's ass. You know what? If someone's gonna whip his ass, it's gonna be me, right? Like because he's
yeah,
acting a
bro,
fool. Like
for
you
sure.
ain't gonna whip my boy's ass on my watch. And if you
Yeah.
do, you have to whip my ass too. You know?
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Like I said earlier, I come from a brotherhood, and I'm always gonna stick, by my homie side, and I've been there plenty of times to like stop an altercation that could have got bigger, just with like talking it out, and at the end of the day, like I know Jordan Calendar said it a few times, maybe even you. Like it's very hard to get in my head. Like you're not gonna like get me that quick, especially if like I'm there to vibe and you're saying like I suck. I'm like, okay, I probably do
I know
suck,
I
but
know
I'm
how
gonna
to
keep
get in
going.
your head. I know how to get in your head. I have to play good golf. I just can't play good golf. That's it. Around
No,
you.
bro, that's not true, bro.
I
Because if I
can.
see
I
somebody
can.
playing good golf, I'm gonna play
Ike.
good
I'm
golf.
gonna get. Hey, bro. I'm gonna get you if it's the last thing I do. I'm gonna
Hey,
get you.
if I have to play lefty, bro, we'll do it.
Ah.
Hey,
All right,
but
Ike.
I'm sandbagging there too. My girl's a lefty. I taught her how to play.
Aye. Aye. All right, Ike. Do you have, as we close out, bro? Do you have any last parting shots or any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my family out in Destin, Florida right now. They're taking a vacation. Wish I could be there. We had our own vacation a couple months back, and we got bills and work that we have to take care of. But shout out to my dad, Leo, my mom, Kato, Josh, Devin, Veronica. I want to say shout out to my buddies, Colton, Jacob, Josh. These guys, I've been here, and I feel like I have a brotherhood. I have people to talk to, and kind of you surround yourself with guys that have the same goals as you. Shout out to you for having me on the show, brother. I always appreciate you and our conversations. Since the day I met you, bro, it's been a brotherhood. We're family no matter what. So thank you for
Amen.
everything you do. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Four Bros. Everybody, I appreciate everybody, supporting me and being behind my back, and just being my friend, man. Like I came over here, with arms wide open, and I feel like they're being full, So I appreciate that.
I love to hear that, dude. I love to hear that. Your arms wide open and being full, man, being freaking full. And I'm gonna tell you, dude. Besides, not to get too, I got some sentimental earlier, but I wanted to say, you know what? Hey, I know I know Kerr County is going through a rough time, and my last final shout outs are to the people, first responders. We have one of our four bros, Fernando, out there who's as a state trooper, who's a part of the volunteer, part of the rescues out there. Shout out to that community, and nothing but love and prayers are going out to the people out of that county because you know what? Hey, we played golf out there many a times.
Right.
We have friends out there. We have people out there. People we love. I have family out there, and it's a tough time, man. It's a tough time, and I love the way our state. I love the way everybody's freaking rallying around it. I think that's one of the things. Like when there's tragedy, but then I love the way people are responding to the tragedy. I
Right.
hate that tragedy occurred. I'm not trying to say I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just happy about the way people are
That's
responding.
those are things that we can't control. At the end of the day, Mother Nature had its own plan. People can look back to like scriptures in the Bible and stuff like that. And that's all what we can do right now is really try to have an idea of and make sense of it, making sense of what happened. Definitely prayers to the community over there. I know, like just being afar, and not even being that far from it. But like me and Nazi, we got a little emotional and sad about it too. Like we were supposed to be there. We're supposed to be in Frio. We're supposed to go to the river for the Fourth
Bro,
of
my
July
my,
and stuff
da-
like
my
that.
daughter was my daughter was there last week for a camp and
Hmm.
hunt. They were at a retreat out there in Hunt, Texas, right along the river, right along the Guadalupe. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Right.
and I think I think we're loving a little bit more. We're hugging the loved ones a little bit tighter, and my shout out goes to the community and the first responders that are and volunteers that are all stepping up, right? And the last one I want to say is today, man, I had an amazing round with my dad and uncles out of Riverside, and I think it was like on the second hole, right? The second hole, my dad like gave himself a gimme, right? And my uncle's just giving him shit, giving him the business, right? And he goes, hey, Eddie. He goes, hey, what the fuck, dude? Like, who gave that to you? And he's like, no, ¿sabes qué? I gave it to myself. Pues I gave it to myself. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I know why I am the way I am on the course, and it's because of y'all fuckers, right? It's because of y'all too, right? And again, but where it ended right there. Once they got out the green, hey, it was done. Let me shit talk something else, right? Like
Yeah.
and it was just like the whole time I'm laughing, bro. Like my dad and my uncle are like 60 and like 65, bro, and they're just giving each other
Oh,
just the shit, and
that's awesome.
it's beautiful. Like
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm just laughing, bro. And I was like, now I know why me and my boys are the way that we are. It's a term of
Yeah.
endearment. If we ain't giving you shit or you're not giving us shit, then we don't love you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in, guys. Make sure you continue to support our supporters for Bros Tour. Make sure you hit up demo. Make sure you hit up Maximum Demolition Dismantling. We've been coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios, guys. Remember, guys, in the game of life, nothing is OB.